sprinkles, Santa Claus's special elf. Because everything is special with sprinkles. Santa Claus knows you're special too, and he has something to say to you. So listen close as Santa Claus shares holiday cheer with you. You can leave a special message for Santa Claus and get on the nice list at www.santaclaussays.net. Now here is the big man himself, Santa Claus!
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas to all the children of the whole world, from every continent, every place, every age and nation. Every child of every age comes to Santa Claus at Christmas time, and we love to hear from you here at SantaClausSays.net. Here at SantaClausSays.net, we like to do three things. Three things we like to do. We like to share Christmas cheer, and our elf Sprinkles helps us to do that, doesn't she? Isn't she wonderful? The second thing is we like to tell a Christmas adventure story. And the third thing we like to do is to have letters to Santa. We want you to know that you can always send a letter to Santa through voicemail or through a text message or through an email at SantaClausSays.net website. That's SantaClausSays.net. And if you go there at SantaClausSays.net/present, that's how you can send me an email, and I'll send you a present right back. Also, you can send me a text or an email, and there's also places on that website where you can find out about how Santa Claus can send you a personalized video or have a personalized video chat, a Zoom call with you. That's what we love to do here at Santa Claus Says. We want to remind you that we're just a short time away from Christmas itself now. We got some special things happening for Christmas. First, a reminder, every day we are here telling the story about Santa Claus Says. Every day during the Christmas season. So you can tune in to us on Facebook or on YouTube or on the podcast at SantaClausSays.net and Apple Podcast. And we can be in your life there. But also this coming Saturday, December 23rd, 2023, at 9 o'clock a.m., we have a special Breakfast with Santa Claus. And that's when breakfast has my hot cocoa. I have it with me here today. Hot cocoa and also cookies for my breakfast. And I share breakfast with you. And you can comment on YouTube to Santa Claus during that time, and we can have exchange back and forth. Sometimes we tell a silly joke or something like that during Santa Claus Says Live. For instance, here's a joke for you today from Santa Claus. How do you invite Santa to a party? You request his presence. There is that. Wonderful, wonderful. You love to hear from you. Also, on Christmas Eve, December 24th, we're going to be reading a very special book on that day. We're going to be reading the book, The Night Before Christmas. That's what the book we'll be reading on Christmas Eve, December 24th. And December 25th, we're going to be reading the story of the first Christmas from the Bible. So you want to be with us here every day during Christmas season 2023 to celebrate the season with Christmas cheer, a great story, and letters to Santa. Well, boys and girls, there is our wonderful chime that Sprinkles gives to us, telling us indeed that it is story time. And we've been reading this book during the entire Christmas season called The Life and the Adventures of Santa Claus. And the good people of the Gutenberg Project helped allow us to read this book, and we are thankful to that. It's by L. Frank Baum, and he wrote the book called The Wizard of Oz, and the movie Wizard of Oz is all about that. And you know the characters here in this story, which is all about me, Santa Claus, is somewhat similar to that, and it's kind of an adventure. We've been talking about all the adventures, and we were just recently were talking about Santa's reindeer. So if you missed those stories, you want to go back to the previous episodes and listen to those about Santa's reindeer and how he encountered the elves and other people in the forest and the Laughing Valley. You want to get all that part, and you want to finish up the story with me this week. And today's chapter is from chapter 8 of the second part of the book, which is called The Manhood of Santa Claus. And then this one is entitled, we've just come out of the section where we had the reindeer and going to children's homes. And now this is the section that's called Santa Claus. So let's begin the reading. Santa Claus. Claus thought that none of the children would ever know where the toys came from which they found by their bedsides when they wakened the following morning. But kindly deeds are sure to bring fame, and fame has many wings to carry its tidings into far lands. So for miles and miles in every direction, people were talking of Claus and his wonderful gifts to children. The sweet generousness of his work caused a few selfish folk to sneer. But even those were forced to admit their respect for a man so gentle-natured that he loved to devote his life to pleasing helpless little ones of the human race. Therefore, the inhabitants of every city and village have been eagerly watching for the coming of Claus, and remarkable stories of his beautiful playthings were told the children to keep them patient and contented. When on the morning following the first trip of Claus with his deer, the little ones came running to their parents with the pretty toys they had found and asked from whence they came. There was but one reply to the question. The good Claus must have been here, my darlings, for his are the only toys in all the world. But how did he get in? Asked the children. At this time, the fathers shook their heads, being themselves unable to understand how Claus had gained admittance to their homes. But the mothers, watching the glad faces of the dear ones, whispered that the good Claus was no mortal man, but assuredly a saint. And they piously blessed his name for the happiness he had bestowed upon their children. A saint, said one, with bowed head, has no need to unlock doors, as it pleases him to enter our homes. And afterward, when a child was naughty or disobedient, his mother would say, You must pray to the good Santa Claus for forgiveness. He does not like naughty children, and unless you repent, he will bring you no more pretty toys. But Santa Claus himself would not have approved of this speech. He brought toys to the children because they were little and helpless, and because he loved them. He knew that the best of children were sometimes naughty, and that the naughty ones often were good. It is the way of children, the world over, and he would not have changed their natures had he possessed the power to do so. And that is how our Claus became Santa Claus. It is possible for any man by good deeds to enshrine himself as a saint in the hearts of the people. And that ends our chapter for the day from the book, The Life and the Adventures of Santa Claus. I want you to come back to me on our next episode here of Santa Claus Says, where we're going to have the chapter 10 of the second part of the book, which is titled Christmas Eve. This is getting really, really exciting, and I want you to join me here as we finish reading this book over the next several days leading up to Christmas itself. Well, boys and girls, there's our Glockenspiel, which is our chimes from our friend Sprinkles, the elf. And she's telling us it's time to read our story. We have to read our letter to Santa. They want you to know that you can send me letters. You can send me notices at SantaClausSays.net. That's where you can leave me a voicemail. That's where you can leave me a text message, which I get on my purple cell phone. And that's also where you can leave me an email at SantaClausSays.net/present. And I will get your email and I will send you an email present back to you. But here is our letter to Santa for today. It goes like this. Dear Santa, how are you? How is Rudolph? I want a ventriloquist doll, and I want it to talk to me all by itself. Make it big and make it a girl, says Lily. Well, what a wonderful letter, Lily. And we'll see about your present there. You'll get some sort of surprises for sure. We want you to know that Santa's helpers are always on the lookout to be mindful of what your Christmas wishes are. And you can certainly send me your Christmas wishes. And we love you and we hear you and we always have surprises for you. And we love it when you leave Santa cookies and cocoa. And I will be there for you. We love you and we're listening to you. So that is our letter to Santa for today. There's our Glockenspiel, our chime, boys and girls, which means it's just about time to say goodbye here on Santa Claus Says. just a reminder that this week, this week is the week of Christmas. We're getting ready just prior to Christmas. On December the 23rd at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, we have Breakfast with Santa. That's a live show on YouTube, and you can listen in and you can comment there on the show, and we hope that you will. And we have special stories that we do then as well, special stories about Santa Claus. And we have cookies and we have cocoa, and we share jokes and funny stories and things like that at Santa Claus Says Live, Breakfast with Santa Live. On December 24th, Christmas Eve, we will have a special story that day. We'll be reading the book on December 24th, the night before Christmas. And so we hope that you'll join us on December 24th, that day, Christmas Eve, as we read the night before Christmas. Then on Christmas Day itself, December 25th, after I get back from my rounds around the earth, I will have a show for you, and we'll all be reading the Christmas story from the Bible about the first Christmas, about the birth of the baby Jesus. We hope that you will join us for all those shows here on SantaClausSays.net. Remember, you can reach out to me at SantaClausSays.net. You can send me a voicemail. You can send me an email. You can send me a text message. And you can even have a live visit with, you can have a video call or video from Santa to you, personalized, or a video chat, a Zoom call with Santa as well. Santa loves you and is listening to you and is with you and is for you this Christmas time. And I'll see you every day here on YouTube, on Facebook, and at SantaClausSays.net on the podcast. Until I see you next time, boys and girls, remember that Santa Claus says, be good for goodness sakes. We'll see you next time, boys and girls. Goodbye.
You're special to Santa Claus, just like sprinkles. Get on Santa's nice list at SantaClausSays.net and watch Santa Claus Says on YouTube. Tell him Sprinkles sent you.